Happy Friday to you all. Welcome, welcome. So, uh, look, the message doesn't change here, guys. We're teaching you how to build income you own, not rent. Because if you are dependent on whatever platform you're watching me on, whether it is YouTube or TikTok, you are renting any income that you are making, and they can take it away from you at any time they deem fit. I'm going to start off by telling a story that I have told many times, but I'm going to tell you again because you need to hear it. And you're just not, you gotta take control, right? You have to take control of this whole deal. And the reason I say that is because anything that you build on social media is a house built on sand, right? It has nothing to do. Smart people know it has nothing to do with the number of views you get. It has nothing to do with the number of followers you have. It's, when we were kids, we were always talk about quality, not quantity, right? So quality, not quantity means it's not how many people follow you. It's who will follow you off of social media because they know, like, and trust you. And so, what you need to realize is that if you do nothing but decide that I'm going to get paid for views or I'm going to get paid for, uh, you know, brand deals and all that, you know what happens? This is what happens. This is the dark cloud you live your life under, right? And you spend your life chasing these, right? You spend your life chasing these likes, comments, all of this stuff. And I'm going to try to keep up with comments. What's up, gamer? How are you? If you, that validation, it will kill you because it will cause you to make content that is not real and not authentic to you. It will cause you to do things just to get more likes, just to get viral videos, and you will sell your soul for that, as opposed to doing what this guy taught me. This guy, and I don't know if you know who he is. If you don't know who he is, Google him, because Alex Hormozy taught me something really, really important. And the thing that he taught me, and yes, I am playing with my thing called Ecamm. If you're not familiar with it, check it out. He taught me one thing that was really, really super simple, and I am just trying to find that thing. There it is. This is what he taught me. Well, no, not that one. Sorry, you're getting it on you're getting it on um you're getting it on horizontal, but you're not getting it on vertical at this point. Sorry about that. So let's see, where is it here? Nope, that's not it. Man, where is that thing? Do we not have one? I thought we did. No. All right, well, I'm going to make one. This is how simple that you can do this on Ecamm, right? I just make a duplicate and then I put it right there and then it's there. Now, what this tool does is it actually just helps you stand out from everybody else who's just making boring videos, because you come off as a professional, right? Doesn't matter what it is that you might be teaching, but this is what Alex and a guy that I saw on TikTok, that's what they both taught me. And I'm going to blow this up just so you can see this, because this is way more important than you looking at my face. Problem solving equals value equals money. Now I know I can't blow it up on vertical, but problem solving equals value equals money. Doesn't matter what your product, service, business is. Bottom line is people pay to solve problems. And if you find a problem that A, you enjoy solving, B, you're good at solving, and C, you never tire of solving, then you have yourself a business. Because people pay for solutions, they don't pay for products and services. Think about anything that you have ever in your life paid for. You solved a problem with it. That's what you did. You took something where there was a gap in the marketplace and you solved a problem. And when you can solve a problem, all you have to do is find the people who need that problem solved. That's business in a nutshell, right? Forget, forget the whole, you need a master's in business and you need a degree and you need, teams. And no, you don't. You don't need any of that. And the easiest way for you to do this is to create what we call a knowledge business. Now, I'm not talking about selling digital products. I'm talking about creating a knowledge business based on something that you already know. And the way that you do that is you figure out which of these categories. Let me see if I can find this graphic that I was looking for. Let's see. I know this is not real exciting. I thought that I had this, but maybe I don't. Well, you know what? I'm just going to show you a friend of mine. How about we do that? So I'm going to show you how simple this is. All right. I'm going to show you how simple this is. Sorry about this, guys. All right. This is how simple this is. You find a category somewhere in here, right? You look at either hobbies, music, money, spirituality, tech, health, sports, self improvement, or relationships. Let's just go to hobbies. Forget making money because most people don't know how to make money, but they do have skills that could make them money. All they have to do is figure it out. So, learn tattooing. 758 members. This is Ziggy's Tattoo School. So, Ziggy is probably a professional tattoo artist, right? This is Ziggy. You want to become a tattoo artist. You don't need to take some course. You don't need to pay to get some kind of, designation. Do what my man here did, right? You have a skill. Teach it to other people. And you can see that this guy's the real deal because his community, now this little thing right here, this is called an income emoji. This means that Ziggy's Tattoo School is making at least $3,000 a month. All he's doing is teaching people how to do something that he knows. So why can't you do that? Why can't you find something that you know and teach it to other people? Let's go somewhere else. Now, I know a lot of people love Canva and they love Claude. Let me show you how simple this is. So we're going to go to, well, you can already see right here, Claude, right? The Claude Code Club. That is the most, that is the trendiest and highest visited Claude group on School. And for $9 a month, you can join it. And by the way, this emoji, which you can't see, you know what I'm going to see? I'm going to see if I open another window here. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see, are we getting that? Yes, we are. Okay, perfect. Because this is what I wanted you to see. All right. This is what I wanted you to see. Now, look at that. So what this means is that this guy is a top 2% earner on School. And so what that means is that his community is making him in the top 2% on School. And all they're doing is they are just teaching Claude. That's all they're doing. Right? So let's go back. And I'm going to check these. I'm going to periodically check these. And by the way, if you have any questions about any of this, I want you to go ahead and right now you're getting the infinity thing on TikTok because I've got another window open. But what I want you to do is I want you to put in the comments if you have any questions. What's up, Jasmine? How are you? Good to see you. Now, who's my content and who are these lives for? Here's who they're for. Well, number one, I specialize in helping people over 40 because that's who I am. I'm a guy over 40, right? And I'm a guy who beat my head against the wall trying to figure out this content game. And then I realized it's not about the content. It's not about the numbers. See, social media has convinced you to care about the numbers. Heck, to a lesser extent, even YouTube is trying to convince you to care about the numbers. It's not about that. So if you're posting consistently, but your income is still flat, if your content is solid, but your growth and reach aren't there yet, if you know a field or you know some sort of knowledge or skill, but you don't know what you could sell or what problems to solve and how to structure it, or if you have expertise, but you haven't even really started to create content and you don't know what to offer people. And if you're over 40, if you're 40 and over and you are an expert, look, it doesn't mean I can't help people under 40, but they don't get my cultural references. They don't get my style because my style is no BS. I'm not going to tell you this is going to happen overnight. We're going to be adults about this because I'm not here to sell you some $1,000 course or some $500 course. Okay. Whoops. My little thing fell off there. That's not what I am here to do. I am here to help you create monthly recurring revenue. That is what I am here to help you do. So the way that I can help you do that is simply by showing you what works. Now, lots of people love. They absolutely love to show you all these courses, right? And then their whole deal with these courses is this is the only way that you can make money. No, it's not. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you to sell digital products, and you don't need to do that. All you need to do is pick a category. Like, for example, let's go to health. Let's go to one of these that, isn't as sexy, but let's just take a look at it. Health. I improve people's looks by fixing their health. Health equals looks. This guy has 7,300 members. His community is only $39 a month. You can see the difference. And then look at this guy. He is a top 1% earner on this platform. And by the way, if you're not familiar with this platform, it's called School. I want you to think of a Facebook group on steroids, because that's what this is. I want you to think of if Go High Level or Kajabi or Coursera or Mighty Networks or Discord actually was good. That's what School is. And if you look right here, you can see what these emojis look like, and you can see what they mean. So the diamond emoji means he's making $100,000 a month. All right, let's go back to that again. He's making $100,000 a month. Now, maybe that's not your goal, and that's fine if it's not. But everybody has something that they can teach. Everyone. I don't care whether you're 16. I don't care whether you are 60. Everyone has something that they can teach other people. All they have to do is figure out what it is. And one of the easiest ways is, what can you teach others? Is this it? Nope. Yes. What can you teach others? You can teach somebody something that you've read 5 books on, something that you have subsequently done, spent 50 to 100 hours doing, and something that you have a real tangible result that you can show and prove to other people. Now, the problem with a lot of digital products is all people are doing is selling the solution, and that's the only way they make the money. They haven't actually found a real problem to solve. That's the problem that I have with digital products. And quite frankly, it's the reason that I don't do well on TikTok, because I tell the truth. I'm not here to sugarcoat it for all these people that are selling courses. All right. So, and you know what? If that puts a target on my head because I'm telling the truth, so freaking be it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Because I want to tell you the truth. I want to tell you, you don't need any of that stuff. You don't need to buy a course. All you need to do is find something that you are good at. And we're going to go even a step further here. Let me find what I am looking for. Yes, these are what I call the knowledge buckets, all right? The knowledge buckets are as follows. You have a career, like the tattoo artist. You have a career that you are good at, or you have a problem you have solved, like my guy Oscar. He has solved the problem of how to look better by being healthier. Or you have a passion, Claude Code, video games, archery, bird watching, you name it, right? Because everybody has something that they are passionate about. And if they really think about what they're passionate about, they can discover what it is that, what problems are related to that thing. You can find what problems are related to whatever thing that you are trying to help people with. So again, let's go back. Because look, I'm not one of these people that I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove to you. Let's go to sports. Let's go to paid communities in the sports world. Look at this guy. He's got 123 members paying $39 a month, and all he's doing is teaching them how to box. Because they want to learn how to box. Maybe they want to learn self-defense. Maybe they want to learn how to get in shape, and they think boxing's a good idea for that. But all he's doing is teaching them how to box. And Mustafa is making at least $3,000 a month doing this, because he's got the clover emoji. But he's got 123 members paying $39 a month. So he's got 2 times group training included, 8 times per month for $39. So he's breaking it down for people, and it makes it very simple for them to decide they want to do this. So let's look at Mustafa. How does Mustafa get people to his school group? All he does is he sends them to his he sends them from his Instagram to his school group. Sorry about that. Let's reload the page here. Do I not have this logged in? I probably don't. All right, so let's just get out of there. Let's try somebody else. Let's try video games, because this is one of my favorites. Video games. Where's my guy? There's a guy who kind of took the platform by storm a couple of weeks ago. No, that's not my guy. And by the way, you can teach what somebody else is teaching too. This is another thing that you need. Look, this guy is showing you how to make your first $1,000 with GTA 6 before it even releases, and because it doesn't release actually until November. So he has 33 members paying $24 a month. This guy's got 43 members in a free community, and then he's probably got an upgrade on the inside. But let's put in GTA 6. And you can see there's a bunch of these communities. There's a lot of them. So what that tells you is that you don't need, and here's, oh, that's Content Lab. Where is his group? Okay, here's his group. Here is his group. Now, this is the guy who's kind of taken this thing by storm with a video game. Because all of his traffic, if you look, Sean does have these platforms, but Sean doesn't have huge followings on any of these platforms. Let's go to his YouTube. You see what I'm saying? All right. Okay. Close that tab. All right. So look, let's get rid of Mustafa here. All right. So here's Sean, right? Sean Evan, or Evan Sean, sorry. So here's Sean. Evan Sean, that is. He's only got 556 subscribers. He's only got 24 videos. If you look at his videos, he got one that got 25,000 views a month ago. Other than that, 765 views, 472 views. But if you look at his school community and you look at his emoji, you can see, and that's another thing that I love about school, is the fact that it's transparent. All you have to do is go into the leaderboard, and you can see what the emojis mean. You can see how much money it means that somebody's making. And then you can go into the leaderboards, and you can see the top 100 in every category. Right? You can see the top 100, every category. I'm wondering if I should make this. Let's go to my themes here. Let's make this light. There you go. Maybe that's easier for you to read. I don't know. All right. So when you look at this leaderboard, you can see what people are making. Not what they tell you you're making, but what is plainly here. And yes, that is not a typo. This guy is teaching blue-collar businesses how to accelerate their business. He makes $800,000 a month because he's got 693 business owners paying him $1,597 a month, so he can teach them how to get better reviews on Google and Facebook. He's teaching them how to and he even tells you who it's for: landscapers, hardscaping, lawn care, deck builders, mobile welders, excavation, concrete removal, HVAC. It's for home service business owners wanting to get to the next level. And so I'm sure that Logan, the guy here who is the GOAT on school, I'm sure that Logan at one point was a very skilled business owner. And he said, well, you know what? What if I taught people how to do the exact same thing that I did, and then I can make a lot more money and it will be predictable and monthly? So that's what he did. He started the Blue Collar Business Accelerator, and he's only got 2,700 people visiting his site every month, and he still makes $800,000 a month. This guy has something involved with AI. I don't even know what it is. He makes $665,000 a month. This guy makes $288,000 a month. And while you may say to yourself, that's great, Chuck, but there's no way I could ever do that. Fair enough. Fair enough. So let's go to the hobbies category. All right, let's go to hobbies. Looking at the top 100 here. $5,700 a month. Animal painting school. Here is a perfect example of somebody who found a very, very niche thing. Really niche. And he just promotes it. He's not talking, let me pull back here. It is about the niches, all right? It is not about, right? It is about the niches. It's about what kooky, quirky thing can I teach somebody, and it makes you unlike anybody else. So when you look at my guy Mark here, right? When you look at my guy Mark here, he's not teaching landscape painting. He's not teaching portrait painting. He's teaching animal painting. That is a very, very tiny niche. But he's got 245 members paying $19 a month, and he's making at least $3,000 a month. He's making somewhere between $3,000 and $9,999 a month. Somewhere between that, because that's the emoji that he has, and that shows what he's making. Now, let's take a look. So he's got Facebook. He's got a link, which I would take out. And then he's got an Instagram. Let me see if I can get to his Instagram or not. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my Instagram thing here. I'm not sure. But that's all he's doing. He's sending people, obviously, from his Instagram to his school group. And he gets about 2,300 visits every single month. And I don't know about you, but anything that you could send that kind of traffic to, right? Anything that you could send that type of traffic to. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. What are we doing there? There. Sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. And guys, by the way, the very best way to teach somebody something is go live and prove you know what the hell you're talking about. That is the very best way. And you will see that Hormozi is doing the very same thing. Hormozi has decided that he's going to focus most of his effort on content creation by going live and proving he knows what the hell he's talking about. And there are people doing that on TikTok and being very successful by sending people to school groups. There are people doing that on YouTube that are extremely successful doing that. But it can be anything. You think that it has to be something really high level and important, and it doesn't. It just doesn't. Let's take a look at a few more here. All right, and I love staying in the hobby category because these are amounts of money that people can legit see themselves making. Again, so my tattoo guy, he makes $6,000 a month, guys, teaching people how to tattoo. Car part profits. My man only gets 203 visits to his about page every month, and he's still making $5,700 a month. Here's a nail academy. She's making $5,600 a month. Now let me ask you something. Do you think Angel can make $5,600 a month just doing nails? Probably not. You know, at $45 a clip, even if he owns his own business, is he making 56? Because you know how many nails he would have to do? I'm going to do that. So, all right. So what's my man got here? He's on the leaderboard. He's making $5,600 a month. Let's say he's doing nails for 45 bucks. I just came up with my content idea for the day. He would have to do 126 sets of nails, which isn't impossible, right? It's not impossible, but it's a pretty hefty pace. So if he works 40, 160, 160 hours divided by 126. So he's hustling to do one set of nails every hour. Or he can teach people how to do nails and make $5,600 a month. Screenwriter, $6,300 a month. This guy is to teach people. Dog Secret School. I like that one because I'm a dog guy. Dog Secret School. He's making $5,200 a month. Giannis. Dog trainer owner at Dog Secret, and I think he's from Great Britain. I'm sorry, or Germany. One of the two. Let's check out his YouTube. He's got 37,000 subscribers, but that's not a huge amount, right? But he sends people to his school. That's all he does. And that's all you have to do. Create content. Send people to a school community. Make that your only call to action. Don't worry about them subscribing to your YouTube channel, or don't worry about them subscribing to your, becoming a follower on TikTok. Don't worry about any of that. Send them to a school group, and school helps you get paid monthly. Again, let's go back and I'll show you my group. And again, look, I'm capping my membership. Unlike a lot of people, I'm capping my membership at 250 members. So for $7 a month, I'll teach you how to do this. And then if you want me to actually do more of the work to help you do it, then I've got, I've got a higher level in my community. But now you may know this woman. If you check out DRC on TikTok, you may know her. She opened a school community called the Artsy School, and within 30 days, she was making $3,000 a month from school. Ray is 66 years old. He watched me on TikTok for 3 months. And then he finally decided, I think I can do this. And then what he did was he started a community. And his community was making $1,300 a month within the first 30 days. And again, look, I'm not promising that's what you're going to make. But here's the bottom line. The school-wide stats, school-wide, on school. Well, obviously, they're school-wide stats if they're on school. School-wide stats say the following. The average paid community, and I'm going to check and make sure we don't have any Make sure we don't have any questions, right? The average paid community on Skool makes about $1,300 a month, and 54% of all paid communities are profitable, which means they are either making, if they have the $9 plan, they're making at least $10 a month. If they have the $99 plan, it means they're making at least $100 a month. 54%. I challenge you to find any business model with a 54% success rate. Most of them have about a 10. Digital products, maybe 3. But I challenge you to find a business model that has the rate of success that this one does. And the reason is because when you join Skool, in addition to having access to having your own Skool community, here's what you also get. You get access to what's called the Skoolers community, and this is for people that own school groups. Right in the own community, they have Skool 101. And this is the founder, this is the first public investor, and they show you how to do everything. Now, these videos are a little bit longer. In my community, I help you do this, and I also shorten these videos because these were actually recorded live. So I have edited down really short videos because, again, I understand that people in my age group, I understand that we need short, right? We need short. So when you visit my page, my about page, and look, so what this does is this means you no longer need a website. You no longer need a funnel. You no longer need an email sequence. All you need to do is figure out which source of traffic that you are going to have. Now, there's 4 ways that you can get traffic. I think I have that graphic here somewhere. Let me find that for you. Let me see if I can find that. I could have sworn I had that. There it is. All right. All right. These are the 4 ways to get traffic. You can do outreach. And let me put this up on vertical. Right now I gotta. But see how easy this is, guys? How cool would it be if you could just talk about something that you love and get paid for it? Bottom line. Because you've already seen. You don't have to teach people how to make $1 million. You have to teach them how to tattoo, or you have to teach them how to train dogs, or you have to teach them how to do nails, or you have to teach them how to play a video game, or you have to teach them how to use Klarna, or how to co-sleep, right? Any of these things. And I use all those examples because there are school groups making money with every single one of those examples. Every single one. But what you need is you need to do one of 4 things to create an offer that people want. You got to do one of 4 things. And look, you might want to do more than one of these. But you have to either do outreach. And look, outreach is simple. You can say, hey, I've got a free trial for this thing. I don't know if you know anybody, but I help blank do blank. Choose a very specific target of person and say, I help them do this. If you know anybody, here's my link. Invite them to a 7-day free trial of my thing. Now, there used to be a time when we would have a free community and then we would have a paid community. Well, now we don't need to do that. We don't need two communities anymore because Skool has now upgraded to where you can have different levels within the same Skool community. So you only need one. And you also don't need, in the beginning, you don't need to spend $99 a month for it. You can spend $9 a month for it. And so, see, this is everything that I teach you inside of my community for $7 a month. And again, I focus on helping creators and subject matter experts who are 40 or over and are sick of the grind of trying to get paid for views or get brand deals or get ad revenue. That's who I help. If that is not you, then I'm probably not going to be your guy. But we're going to so you need outreach, you need content, and I think regardless of whether you choose any of these other three, you have to do content. You got to do content. And let me show you. Is this the one? No, that's not it. But this is it, guy. Or I always do this. This is it. 4 ways to get traffic. And when you figure out those one of those 4 ways to get traffic, then you're not going to struggle. You're not going to worry about views. You're not going to worry about TikTok Shop. You're not going to worry about any of that stuff once you figure this out. Right? Once you figure that out. And where is my Alex thing? Where is it? And look, you might be saying to yourself, okay, why is that not working? That should be working. Oh, that's just a chat. That's not an artifact that was saved. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's open this thing up. And look, guys, you don't have to be slick to do this stuff. You really don't. All you have to do is have knowledge that you can share with people and share it. They don't expect you to be perfect. Right? They do not expect you to be perfect. But here was something that was really interesting but these are the 4 ways to get traffic. You can run ads. Like now look, now here's what's really interesting right now is Skool is now, whoops. What happened there? Skool is now focused on helping us get members. Skool's now focused on helping us get members. So where is my all right. Do you see that? And I'm going to put it on. This is why you choose Skool and not these other platforms right here. Do you see that? That is an ad that Skool ran for me that I did not have to pay for to advertise my community to other people. This is why you choose. This is the number 1 reason why you choose Skool over Kajabi or Coursera or Mighty Networks or Discord or anything else. It is the number 1 reason. They are helping you get members. So they help. There's 3 ways that you can get members using Skool. You can use Skool Discovery. You can use these Skool Growth Boost ads, or you can use the other 4 ways that I showed you. But this is actually helping people get members. It's actually sending members to people's groups. So if they're doing that work, why the heck wouldn't you take advantage of that? I want to show you somebody who has taken this, and this is actually a friend of mine. Where is she here? This is a friend of mine. Her name is Amanda, and she works with spiritual entrepreneurs. I don't know what that means, honestly. I have no idea. But I can tell you, by running ads to her school community, she's making $5,600 a month of recurring revenue. And you know what she doesn't worry about? She doesn't worry about how many views did I get? How many followers did I pick up? How many times do I have to post? She doesn't worry about any of that because she runs ads. And the amount she's spending on ads is a pittance compared to the income that it is generating. So there are 4 ways that you can get traffic, and she's choosing ads, and it has been the most successful for her because she's now making $5,600 a month. And let's see, what is Spiritual Business School? So just to prove that this was not faked, right? Because I know people love to fake stuff. Just to prove that this was not faked, let's go back and I will give you a live view before I go on and get out of here. I'll give you a live view, and then I'll just put in Amanda Smith. And there she is. There's my buddy Amanda. Now, Amanda is making, again, $5,600 a month, and I know that because I'm in another community with her. She's got 606 members. They're only paying $8 a month. They're only paying $8 a month, and she is driving traffic. Now, let's look and see what she's got going on. She's got a YouTube channel. Let's see how many subscribers she has. She's only got 1,000 subscribers, guys. Her videos, I love you, Amanda, but her videos don't get a ton of views. And yet she's making 56. Look at this. 7 days ago, 70 views. 3 weeks ago, 67 views. Yes, guess who I am going to use? Guess who I am going to use as an example on my video today? Right? So this is the play, guys. This is the play in 2026. Find something you are good at. Find some way to get traffic and send people to your school group and make good money. Now, Amanda was like me. We were in a cohort together, and she struggled for a long time. She struggled for a long time. And then she figured it out. I need to run ads. For her, it was running ads. For her, it's not making content. I would imagine that most of her members don't even come from YouTube. And they don't come from Instagram. They come from ads because she learned how to do ads, and now she's successfully running them. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. But you just got to be willing to do the work. And here's the other thing. I said this last night on my video. Find one person, listen to that one person, and forget what everybody else is telling you. Ignore the shiny objects. Do the work, right? Do the work. Because if you do the work, you will work your way through this progression. And this is how I'm going to end today. If you do the work, you will work your way through this progression. You start out with naive optimism because this does sound great. It sounds like there's no downside to this whatsoever. But then you're going to find out it's harder. You're going to go through educated pessimism. Now, here is the point where we lose most people. This is the valley of despair, or the ditch of discouragement, as I call it. This is step 3. You go from, this is easy, why aren't more people doing it, to, oh, I understand why more people aren't doing it because it's harder than I thought it was, to, damn, it's too hard, I want to quit. And this is where most people quit. And then you know what they do? They go right back up to number 1 and they start all over again, and they waste 6 more months. That's what they do. Or smart people realize it's going to take more, so they find somebody who's a little bit further up in the chain than them. They get some help from those people. Now they're educated and they're optimistic because they realize there's no hacks. And then finally they have success, like my friend Amanda. That's how it works. There's no hack. There's no shortcut. It's just figuring it out, right? And figuring it out with somebody who's a few steps ahead of you. Like, look, I've been on this Skool platform for 3 years. Way before it was sexy or cool, I was on Skool. And they finally figured it out. And people are figuring it out in huge numbers. Huge numbers. So, what are you waiting for? That's all I can say. Now, if you want my help, and again, who is my help for? It's for these folks. I wonder if I can put this all together. No. Man, I really wish I could. I'm going to have to ask my buddy. Wait, maybe that's how I got to do it. Oh, there it is. Awesome. So, that's who this live has been for. You're posting consistently, but your income's still flat. Your content is solid, but your reach and growth aren't there yet. And look, I've just showed you, you don't need platform growth. You don't need followers. You don't need viewers. You need a solid plan to get those people off of wherever they found you to a Skool group. That's all you need, right? That is all you need. So I'm going to wrap things up. I don't see any questions here on YouTube. I am going to check the TikTok here real quick. I don't think I see any questions there, but I am going to check. Nope, I don't see any there either. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you realize you don't need to sell somebody else's stuff. You don't need to worry about views. You don't need to worry about followers. You just need to do this. You need to build income you own, not income you rent. Okay? Talk to you tomorrow.
Theme song for my daily YouTube, Instagram and TikTok lives. I discuss how to create income you own with the paid community, instead of income you rent from social media platforms, through brand deals, pay-per-views, and ad revenue. My live streams are for creators and subject matter experts 40 and over who aren't able to monetize their YouTube or other channels the way they want. My style is straight talk, no hype, and tech simple. My live streams are for creators and subject matter experts 40 and over who are able to monetize
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.